Roy DeCarava was a child of the Harlem Renaissance. Born on December 9, 1919, he grew up amid the literary, musical, and dramatic achievements of other African American creatives. He began working independently as an artist after high school. He continued his studies at Cooper Union from 1938 to 1940 in painting, sculpture, and architecture. Straight thereafter, he expanded his artistic knowledge by training at the Harlem Arts Center as well as the George Washington Carver Art School. DeCarava was drafted into the U.S. Army by 1942. He was stationed in Fort Claiborne, Louisiana. He was met with racism so intense that he went through a mental break and found himself in the psychiatric ward of the hospital. This was the only desegregated place in the Army. He spent about a month of 7 in the psych ward. When speaking to Peter Galassi for his biographical essay, he expressed that he had had nightmares about his time spent in the Army for the better part of the following 20 years. DeCarava released 5 art books, several landmark museum catalogs, and was responsible for at least 15 solo exhibits. At first, photography was just a means to record his progress on paintings, but it quickly became his primary medium of choice. He used it to capture slices of life in Harlem. DeCarava used photography to portray Black people in a way that countered the common narrative of the time. His first solo show was held at the 44th Street Gallery in 1950 in New York. Black and white silver gelatin photographs became his bread and butter. His work gained so much notoriety that he received honorary degrees from Rhode Island School of Design, Parsons School of Design, the New School for Social Research, the Maryland Institute of Art, and the Art Institute of Boston. Additionally, he was the first Black photographer to win a Guggenheim Fellowship in 1952, which allowed him to continue documenting Harlem's residents. He shied away from explicit politicization and simply used his work to depict Black people in a serious and artistic way. Although he had a reputation as a documentary photographer, he did not consider himself as such. He leaned more into creative expression than sociological expression. DeCarava wrote, "In spite of poverty, you see people with dignity and a certain quality that contrasts where they live and what they're doing." His Guggenheim Fellowship allowed him to spend a full year shooting photographs for his book, The Sweet Flypaper of Life. It was a narrative work focusing on family life in Harlem, and it was accompanied by text by Langston Hughes. Joe and Julia singing is an image from The Sweet Flypaper of Life. In it, we see a group of friends or family members gathered in a kitchen around a table. Joe and Julia are at the center of the composition, singing theatrically. The onlookers have a different apparent reactions. The man on the left side appears to be somewhere else mentally. He almost looks sad, while the woman to the direct right of Julia has a shocked expression. It's almost as if she was not expecting what came from their mouths. The man to the right has a joyous look to him. He's grinning and relaxed with his cigarette. The dignity that DeCarava imposed onto his subjects juxtaposes their rundown setting. And this is an image illuminating Black joy. We don't need to feel sorry for the subjects. This theme of dignity and joy is consistent throughout his body of work. In Oliver Benear, Group 4, Edna Smith, bassist, and Coltrane, number 24, we see jazz musicians in their element, playing their instruments. DeCarava honors their humanity and bestows grace and esteem upon his subjects. He doesn't weave political agenda into his compositions, but still, his images assert their poise and their place.